Hello, I'm Reilly Lewis, and I'm glad you're here with me today. I want to share some of my thoughts about this wonderful project coming up at the Cathedral on February 22nd. This is a first for me. It's a first for the Cathedral Choral Society. I believe it's a first for the Cathedral itself. Years ago, I saw The Voices of Light, this combination of film, wonderful, poignant film, and music. And I have always wanted to have the chance to really dig into this piece deeply and get to know it, learn it from the inside out, and to perform it. And I'm so proud that we're able to offer this to the community for the first time ever. In this day and age when, of course, people have so much access to all kinds of entertainment right in their home, they don't even need to go outside. I feel like this is a wonderful opportunity to reach people, certainly film buffs. This particular film is a classic, is one of the great silent films of all time. And the combination of the two, in my mind, makes it very compelling and hopefully will attract a much broader audience than perhaps a normal concert would. This will be an absolutely unique experience. When you go into a big church, or certainly the cathedral, your focus is naturally on the far end of the cathedral where the altar is. Well, here we're going to have not one but three major screens in the crossing so that the people in the transepts and the nave will all be able to be experiencing the power, the drama of this film. The musicians actually will be out of sight. We'll be in the great choir behind the screens. The music will be very present. But it's really about the combination, as I say, of film and music and drama. All of this put together, I think, reaches a much broader demographic than simply a concert. Richard Einhorn, the composer of this remarkable piece, I've been a Richard Einhorn fan for a long time, although he didn't know that. But it just happened as we were developing this project that I was able to commission him to write a carol for our Joy of Christmas concerts. So I've gotten to know him personally, not only in the context of this major work here, but as a composer, as a person, and I've really enjoyed the collaboration very much. He's a true medieval man. One of the important component parts of this significant score is the small ensemble that represents the voice of Joan of Arc. And traditionally this has been performed by the world-renowned medieval ensemble Anonymous 4. This time, however, right here in Washington, in the choral capital of the country, we have a number of very outstanding chamber groups, and one in particular is the Aya Ensemble, and their music director, Allison Mondell, who's intimately familiar with the cathedral acoustics. She actually teaches at the cathedral. And so I thought we would just celebrate and lift up some of the magnificent talent we have right here in our own community. To Richard Einhorn's great credit, this score, this 1 hour, well, the film is 1 hour and 20 minutes, but this large score with all kinds of textures and that never intrudes into the film, into the power of the film. Silent films were not just silent because they had to be, but there were so many elements within those films that resonated with us, that spoke to us visually, that didn't need sound, that certainly didn't need music. And this is, as I say, a classic of the genre. Richard Einhorn's music really gets into the very heart and soul of this music, and to me, brings it even more vividly to life, if such a thing is possible. You could certainly, if you had the DVD, you could see the film without the music, and it's gripping. But this music, I think, takes it to a different level. I'm not saying a higher level, but a different level, in as much as he's added many texts that, of the period, texts that really do put this in a context that today makes it even more approachable and more understandable, and as I said before, more relevant. The story of Joan of Arc is, of course, very famous in the cathedral. We have a window dedicated to her. I think that her not just her visions. I mean, hopefully all of us have visions of what, maybe not celestial visions, but we have a sense of purpose and of mission. And I think hers is particularly compelling. And I think what it says to us today is the courage to follow obviously follow your convictions, follow your faith, is a lesson that transcends any particular time or period. And I think it's absolutely as relevant today as it was in the 15th century. I think beyond the film and the music itself, which, as I say, is overwhelming in so many ways, is the story of how it came back to life. In 1928, this film by the Danish producer, filmmaker Carl Dreyer, it was premiered in 1928. Shortly thereafter, all the copies were destroyed in a fire that they thought. They had some outtakes. He recreated the film as best as he could. Those were destroyed. I mean, this man died thinking that this film was gone forever. Then, fast forward half a century to the 1980s, when, in 1981 to be precise, when in a Norwegian institution, in a closet, was found a pristine original copy of this film. Well, that was a miracle, nothing less than a miracle. This film was lovingly restored in 1985. It was in 1988, right around that time, that Richard Einhorn, just scavenging, I guess I would say, in the film library of the New York Public Library, came upon this film. And that's what created his inspiration to create this magnificent score in the it was premiered 20 years ago in 1994. So this will be the 20th anniversary of its premiere. But I think that story is just absolutely amazing, that in fact the original version is that they did find it eventually. Not when they were looking for it, but so there you go. So it's meant to be. So as so many entrepreneurs, directors, musical organizations say, it's a concert not to be missed. I have to say that I of course hope that you will be with us on Saturday, February 22nd at 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the Washington Cathedral. What better setting can you imagine for a work of this nature? And I truly believe it will be an extraordinary, a transcending experience for all of us.